protocol adopted. Dear mourners, I'm called Godfrey Picho. We were 7 in the family, from one mother, one father. But now, as you can see, we are less by 1. I have only 1 minute, so I don't think I will do much. But I'll ask my other people here to just mention their names.
I'm called Christine Onyok. I am the immediate follower of the fallen Lady Justice, who happened to be my best friend, who has now left me without a friend. Thank you.
Good morning, mourners. I'm called Charlotte Brian. I'm the last born of the late Justice Stella Amoko.
Since I have only 1 minute, I just want to appreciate really all the mourners that are here in your different capacities. I've already been disarmed, so I don't think I'll do much. But otherwise, I appreciate everybody, the judiciary, the clergy, the government of Uganda, specifically His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Kaguta Museveni, for recognizing us through my sister here, who is now laying here in front of you. But please allow me to reflect on the last few days of our life, because for us it's very important. I've been staying in Nebi, and until around the 10th of this month, when she actually called me to come and meet her at the hospital. So I came to the hospital, had a detailed discussion with her. By the time I came, she was still able to talk to me. And she expressed certain feelings about how her life was going. And I believe she was really suspicious that something was about to happen. But I didn't want to believe it. In any case, she insisted on telling me that, please, if something happens to me, look at yourselves, my siblings, and the children. Please take care of them. And also she went on to say that, please, when something happens to me, which I suspected she knew she was going to die, then she said, you know what, please take me home to my father and my Aunt Julia, where they are buried. So that was the message she left with me. I was made also to understand that time when she was talking to me, my sister Christine was there. She was the one in charge taking care of her at the hospital. So we were together with her. I was made to understand also that she talked to other people in the family as well about the same situation. I just want to pray one thing. I know my mother is in the village. She's close to 90 now, advanced age, very weak. I just want you people to pray for her so that she is able to go through this ordeal. She's really in a bad shape right now. Now, if something happens that we fail to take this body home, I don't know what will happen. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And also, I request you to pray and give us some strength with the siblings and the children, so that we can adjust. The gap that this lady has left for us is so heavy, it's so big that it's going to be very difficult to adjust to her absence. So you better pray for us to give us some strength. With all this, I would say, may the Lord rest us all in peace. Thank you.
Amoko, and with me are my siblings, biological and otherwise, children to the foreign justice of the Supreme Court, Honorable Lady Justice Stella Amoko. My most frequent declaration in prayers is, this is the day that the Lord has made, I shall rejoice and be glad in it. On the morning of the 17th June 2023, I failed to find what to rejoice over when the news of Mama's passing filled our homes and our home. Over the past few hours, however, I have thought hard about her legacy, and that if any of us, the children, achieved even half of what she did, we would have done well. That reflection was a good foundation on which to build stones of gratitude. Mama has been unwell for a while, but she remained very jolly. Many that spoke to her over the phone would not have imagined that she was physically weak. She fought hard, but God needed her more. She was full of stories and light-hearted moments. When I went home to see her Sunday in March, I told her the world was looking for her. And she reported that she wasn't aware that she was that popular. And I really wish she was here to see the people gathered here and the people who have been home over the past few days. She reported, anyway, when I told her that the world was looking for her, that if people really wanted to send her fruits, her mobile money line was very available. Her old girls from Sacred Heart suggested that she was the wrong person to play with, because she would play with you but later beat you in class. You permitted a distraction from her at your own peril. She loved sports, she loved cooking, she loved her family. We stand here today to pay tribute to a lady of great honor. A lady who was passionate about justice, one who was industrious and cared a lot for quality and excellence. A lady of many awards, including one that I had been called to collect on Monday this week for her outstanding performance at the Supreme Court in 2020 that sadly she did not get to see. We called her Mama, not Mama Annette or Mama Stella or Mama Amy, but Mama. Representative of her maternal love for so many, way beyond her biological children. She was Mama to us that she raised, but also Mama to several judicial officers of the lower bench, including the Chief Registrar. She shared her wisdom with and mentored many. Ivy, this is Ivy, Stella, who is dead there, and myself pay tribute to her for having inspired us to become lawyers. She desired excellence from us all. She did not like shortcuts and excuses for failing to meet high standards. Her desire for precision ranged from things relating to education to how to cut meat and salad. She was soft but extremely firm. She valued hard work and desired that all her children would attain the greatest heights possible in their careers. She was the one parent that all children feared to be reported to for any misbehavior. She frequently advised that she did not want anyone associated to her to bring her shame. She could be stern, but in the same measure, quite gentle. At times, the most objective words about someone are from those less close. We as a family have been amazed at the tributes pouring in about Mama. We thank you for them. We would like to believe that she is hearing and seeing them all. As I bring this to a close, permit me to thank several people who did their best to make the journey of Mama's illness lighter, and since her death have been amazingly supportive. My father will be here and he will not reiterate these thanks, so please bear with us in the interests of time. I thank the medical teams of Ruby, Kampala, Mulago, Aga Khan, and Nakasero hospitals that assisted Mama through her illness. I thank Mama's sister, Aunt Christine, who did not leave her side. Aunt Christine, we thank you from the bottoms of our hearts. With our officers, we don't know how we would have managed to deal with Mama's sickness. You've been there from the beginning till the very end. We thank you. Annette, we thank you so much for being a dependable daughter, for being a true firstborn, being dependable and being strong. We thank Scovie and Vivian, who are home, supporting Mama through it all when she was at home. I thank the top management of the judiciary for caring and looking out for Mama. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chief Justice, Honorable Principal Judge, the Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Judiciary, Dr. Pius Bijirimana. I don't know how many times I came to your office. Thank you for being a parent. Thank you for parenting me in that building. Thank you for looking out for Mama. I thank the Chief Registrar, who is both a sister and my boss. I thank the justices, the judges, their worships, both serving and retired across the ranks, the heads of departments and all staff working at the High Court for me, because that is where I'm stationed. Honestly, from the Honorable the Chief Justice to the gate at the guard, I have felt your love. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving my family. I shall be forever indebted. I thank the staff of the judiciary. My phone has not gone a day in the past 6 months without a colleague expressing concern about Mama. I thank Honorable Justice Ralph Ochan for being there to hold my father's hand at the hospital while he saw Mama's body. I thank Honorable Lady Elizabeth Musoke, Honorable Lady Justice, for rapidly responding to Aunt's call. Special thanks go to the chairperson, members and the Undersecretary of the Judicial Service Commission for regularly asking after Mama, praying for her and checking on her when able. I thank officers from the East African Court of Justice, from Law Development Center, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, from the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, from Uganda Law Society, and from you all here who I thank you for showing us the things that truly matter in life. Thank you for loving not only deeply, but widely. And my prayer for us all here is that in time, God will help us move from grief to gratitude for a life well lived. Fare thee well, Mama, till we meet again.
Annette Yosa is my name. I'm the first biological daughter of late Justice Stella Raj. We are 3 biological children. The second born is Jackie Amon, she's seated right there. Then the third born is Komakech Emmanuel, he's right behind me. Allow me quickly go through a tribute, and it goes like this. A tribute to Mama Watoto, Lady Justice Stella Amoko. Alibe family members, each has a mouthful. Dada was very proud of the father. They worked together in a rural law courts. Late 1950s, Dada was judicial assistant and her father was the efficient law courts clerk. We lived close together. She went to Ragem Primary School, and as for me, I went to Awindiri Primary School. I remained at Mvara SS after Obatin SS while she moved to Sacred Heart Gulu. My A-level was at Namilyango College, while she was at Namagunga High School. In the mid-1970s, when I was at Arua Hospital as a medical student, a good friend of mine at school where I was a prefect brought a niece who had injured her toe. She was just preparing to join Makerere University. We were very close all through the university. My hall was Micho, and she was in Africa Hall. Most grateful to the players both sides who saw us through the liberation times. As I finished the medical course, lovely Annette joined us. Nikonora Alibe led the Mvara team to a brief introduction to her family. The was interrupted. Jacqueline joined us from Maracha Hospital, where I was the medical doctor. We had to flee to Ariwara Mission, where she lived for a year. As peace returned, Amy joined us, a great blessing. Dada visited us when he led a delegation from home. He sent me a simple message. Mama was the brainwork of the family. Mama was visionary, bringing us together with the grand wedding of Amy and youth. We will maintain the legacy for which you are best known. Rest in peace, it is well with my soul. Signed by Dr. Gordon Peter Yosa, who is unable to come based on number of circumstances. Thank you very much.
Capacities. Permit me adopt the protocol ably laid out already. Good morning. I thank you for coming here to pray for my wife and friend, Honorable Lady Justice Stella Amoko. I hereby pay tribute to my late wife by letting you know of some of our attributes, amongst many. Attributes of our Lordship, Stella Amoko. My wife was a very loving and devoted wife, loving to me, loving to the family, loving to her country, and loving to everybody. She was a very faithful lady. Because of that, we made a very successful family. Lady Justice was not a skeptic. She was an optimist, extremely hopeful in all her endeavors. She was truthful and very honest. I think those of you who have worked with her will testify to this. She was not a boastful person, but rather a very modest and meek lady. Lady Justice was a very charitable person. She was not a selfish person. I think you heard what the priest said. Full of fortitude also. A believer, an actor of justice and equity. Lady Justice Stella was a very even-tempered person. It was difficult to know her, whether to do at duty or at home or wherever she found herself. Extremely committed to work and duty. Conscientious and very judicious in whatever she was doing. A very understanding person and full of empathy. Last but not least, Lady Justice Stella was a very incorruptible to the core. A lady of unquestionable integrity, worth emulation. Finally, may I thank His Excellency, the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for having honored my wife, and conferred the honor of burial of state and funeral. My family is extremely thankful for this action on the part of the head of state. I thank you very much.